Hello everyone, and welcome to Videogame Vids, the show where we talk about video game news. This week, Diablo Immortal launches worldwide, Dragon Age 4 gets its official title, Final Fantasy XVI will launch in the summer of 2023, Pokémon sales have reached a record high, and Stray release date has been announced. Diablo Immortal launches mostly worldwide, it's more expensive than you think. Diablo Immortal is now playable in most countries of the world, and I say most countries because there are a couple of exceptions due to the microtransaction business model that is really hurting the game for certain countries. Now, I'm talking specifically about, for example, Belgium and the Netherlands, where I hail from. We have some stricter loot box policies, and because of that, Diablo isn't allowed to launch here. These loot boxes are actually also quite a big problem in the game, because although you can play through the story mode for free, mostly, I believe, the YouTuber, what's his name, Bellular News, has calculated that it will cost you $110,000 to max out your character. This is because some of the higher ranked, higher tiered, I should say, legendary gems do not drop. You can only buy them, so you'll have to buy loot boxes, and even if you do, it's not a guaranteed drop. So on average it'll cost you $110, or is it at least? No, it's on average $110,000 or 88,000 pounds. I haven't calculated the euros because, as I said, you can't play it here anyway, so to us it doesn't really matter. He also calculated, or they, because it's a team of people, calculated that if you're trying to max out your character as far as possible without paying any money, so just the free stuff that's available, and then get as high as possible in that manner, it'll take you 10 years. So yeah, get ready to play a lot of Diablo Immortal, I guess. Other than that, they did note that the game feels good. It feels like an actual Diablo game, as you would expect from Diablo 3, from when it started getting good. When was that again? What was the expansion called? It's like Reaper of Souls, I believe. So it is fun, but you'll have to be willing to either spend a lot of time or a lot of money, or maybe just do the campaign. Dragon Age 4's title revealed. BioWare has revealed what the title for Dragon Age 4 will be. You had the previous games, Dragon Age Origins, which is a terrible title for the first game because it kept making me think that there was the previous one, but there wasn't. Then you had Dragon Age 2, which I think just straight up was called Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition. Now they're gonna make Dragon Age Dreadwolf. If you've played Inquisition, you know who Dreadwolf refers to. It's Solus.
Hello.
Solus is the elf wizard. Is he the only elf that joins your party? He's at least the only elf wizard, I believe, that joins or can join your party. And then at some point, there are some critical story moments that revolve around Solus. I can't say much more about that without spoiling it, and judging by the title Dreadwolf that the new Dragon Age will have, I'm thinking you probably want to play Inquisition before you have a look at, before you have a look at Dreadwolf, because there will probably be spoilers, and it'll probably be confusing if you don't know about that yet. So play that game first, or look up the plot on the internet. Final Fantasy XVI launches in the summer of 2023. With a trailer, Sony has announced that Final Fantasy XVI will be launching in the summer of 2023. Of course, we already knew that it was coming. We've seen some footage. There's some new footage here. We get to see some of the battles, some of the characters. I think this is the first time we see that the summons that were there from the start of the game, Bahamut, Ifrit, was Odin an old one? I'm not sure. That they are all, they're basically housed inside different characters in the world, kind of like they're fused together, or it's like a host. It kind of reminds me of things like Naruto. I'm sure there are better examples, but that's what pops to my mind, even though I haven't watched Naruto in years. Anyway, so we learned this, and then of course summer 2023 isn't even that far away. It's like 13, 14, 15 months, because we're on the edge of summer, sort of. Summer starts in July, right? Or does it officially start in August? No, I'm pretty sure it's July. Anyway, you'll be able to play it then. The action looks great. Of course, we don't see too much actual gameplay. I don't think we see any gameplay. It's all just cutscenes and stuff, so we don't actually know what the game looks like yet. We've also had confirmed that the composer is the same composer of Final Fantasy XIV, the MMORPG. People are quite happy with that music. In fact, they are lyrical about it. Get it? Anyway. So that is something to look forward to. Pokemon sales reached a record high this year. According to a finance call at Kantan Games, the sales of Pokemon have reached an all-time high. Now, they break their records all the time, but still, it looks like sales are up 70%. And if any company can say our sales are up by 70%, then they are making big dollars. Now, Pokemon, of course, is already one of the biggest franchises. Is it even the biggest franchise right now? I'm not sure, but one of the biggest franchises of the world. So when their sales go up by 70%, that means millions of dollars, or billions maybe even. This, of course, is partly due to the frankly quite high amount of new Pokemon games that launched over the past year. You had Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you had Pokemon Legends Arceus, you had Pokemon Snap, and then also Pokemon Unite, which is free to play, but of course has microtransactions. Then, of course, you have the ongoing Pokemon Go, the Pokemon trading cards. They're all bringing in the Dooku's. You've got the Pokemon anime. Mostly, I'm quite happy to see that sales are up after Legends Arceus, because this is the first time that they've made a mainline title that really diverts from the path that they've been following so long. The kind of standard formula, because in a sense, all mainline Pokemon games have kind of been the same. You start off in a small town, you're a 10-year-old boy, your mom says, all right, you're 10, it's time to get out of the house, because that's how the world works, apparently. You get kicked out, you head over to the professor, he makes you choose out of one of 3 Pokemon, you get one, and then your rival gets another one, maybe someone else steals the third. And then you start making your way through gym battles and catch new Pokemon on the way. That's what happens there. And then Legends Arceus really switches it up. The focus is much more on the capturing and filling in your Pokedex rather than the battles. In fact, the battles are, apart from one, are quite easy, relatively speaking anyway. I think the final battle was the only one I struggled with, but then I did really struggle with it. I think I had to do it like 10 times before I finally got through it, which, shh, don't tell anyone. But anyway, I'm glad to see that Legends Arceus is a success. I hope that they keep shifting up the formula in this similar vein, or maybe other ways, but keep shifting it up, keep experimenting, making new stuff, even though they don't have to bring in the money. Stray launches on July 19, drops on the subscription service on day 1. Hey, you remember that cat game that they announced at the beginning of the PlayStation 5 cycle, when people were wondering which part of the console wars they're gonna join? Was it gonna be Xbox? Was it gonna be PlayStation? But then they showed off this cute little cat and the whole game revolving around it, and people knew. People knew they were gonna be all up in the PlayStation's business. Well, now we know when this game is finally gonna launch. It's on July 19th, just a little over a month from now. And good news for people who have the PlayStation subscription service or are considering it. The more expensive tiers, I think everyone above level 1, so level 2 and onwards, they're not called that, but you'll figure it out, will be able to play Stray on day 1 for free. So they're going in a similar vein as the Microsoft subscription service, where they also drop their exclusives on day 1. Of course, Sony has made it clear that they don't plan to do this for everything, but apparently they are doing it for Stray. So get your paws out. Meow. That's all for this week's video game vids. Come back next week for another one, or watch yesterday's board game vids. Also, a little disclaimer. I'm sorry for not uploading videos last week. I was taking care of some personal business, so I didn't have time, didn't have energy. But I'll keep trying to make one video for vids and one video game for bits every week. Bye!